Hello students, in the last session we studied about voluntary retirement compensation. In this session, let us solve some problems relating to that. Go through this problem. Mr. Chinmay received voluntary retirement compensation of rupees 7 lakhs after 30 years 4 months of service. He still has 6 years of service left. At the time of voluntary retirement, he was drawing basic salary of 20,000 per month, dearness allowance which forms part of pay rupees 5,000 per month. Compute his taxable voluntary retirement compensation assuming that he does not claim any relief under section 89. In this problem, to calculate taxable voluntary retirement compensation, you have to deduct a list of the 4 exempted amount from the actual amount of compensation received. That is from 7 lakh, you have to deduct list of the following items. First one, actual amount received, or next one, statutory limit of 5 lakhs, or next one, last drawn salary into 3 into number of fully completed years of service, and you have to ignore fraction of years if any. In this problem there is 4 months of fraction of years, you have to ignore this thing, and last drawn salary into number of years of service left in months. See here, in months you have to calculate and not in years. If they give in years, you have to convert it into months. In this problem 6 years are given, you have to convert it into months by multiplying 12 to this 6 years, that is 12 months. See this problem. Mr. Chinmay received voluntary retirement compensation rupees 7 lakh. It is the actual amount received. From this you have to deduct list of the following which is exempt under section 10 subsection 10c. His basic salary 20,000 per month and DA is part of pay. So you have to consider his DA as his salary, that is 20,000 plus 5,000 per month, that is 25,000 per month. Compute the taxable voluntary retirement compensation assuming that he does not claim any relief under section 89. If he claims any relief under section 89, nothing is exempt under section 10 subsection 10c. So here you have to assume he does not claim any relief under section 89. Let us solve this problem. Computation of taxable compensation. 3 columns you have to draw, one particular and 2 amounts column. First you have to write actual compensation received, that is 7 lakh in the second amount column. From that you have to deduct exempt under section 10 subsection 10c list of the following. 4 things are there. First one, actual amount received 7 lakh. Next one, statutory limit of 5 lakhs. Next one, last drawn salary into 3 into number of fully completed years of service. Here last drawn salary amounts to 25,000, that is 20,000 basic and 5,000 of DA into 3, that is 3 months salary. Like that you have to consider. I explained this thing while explaining the theory part. And number of fully completed years of service, that is 30, and you have to leave this 4 months of service. That amounts to rupees 22 lakhs 50,000. Next one, last drawn salary into remaining months of service, that is 25,000 into 6 into 12. I think that will result in 77 months. Calculate that thing. That amounts to rupees 18 lakhs. List of the following 4 you have to consider as exempt under section 10 subsection 10c, that is exempted compensation on voluntary retirement, that is statutory limit 5 lakh because that is the least amount. When you deduct that least amount from actual compensation received 7 lakhs, you get taxable amount of compensation rupees 2 lakhs. On this 2 lakh, he must pay tax. Okay? It is the problem relating to computation of voluntary retirement compensation. They may ask this question in the exam for 4 marks. So, please do not leave this a problem because it is very easy to solve and you can score marks very easily. Okay. Next, see the notes. Where any relief has been allowed to an SEC under section 89 in respect of voluntary retirement, no exemption shall be allowed under section 10 subsection 10C. So, if they give as relief is allowed under section 89, that means no exemption is allowed under section 10 subsection 10C. Let us solve one more problem similar to this. See this problem. Mr. Pujesh, aged 53 years, opted for voluntary retirement scheme after serving for 24 years and 7 months. He received rupees 1,20,000 as compensation. He had 6 years and 5 months of service left. His last drawn salary was rupees 15,000 per month. Find out taxable and exempted amount of compensation assuming that he does not claim any relief under section 89. Similar to previous problem, but here DA is not allowed and remaining months of service is given, that is 6 years and 5 months. You have to calculate taxable and exempted amount of compensation. Mr. Pujesh, aged 53 years and he served for 24 years and 7 months and he received 1,20,000 as compensation, that is actual amount received. Let us solve this problem. Computation of compensation, 3 columns you have to draw. First you have to write actual compensation received, that is 1,20,000. From that you have to deduct exempt under section 10 subsection 10C list of the following items. Actual amount received 1,20,000, statutory limit 5 lakhs. Next, last drawn salary into 3 into number of fully completed years of service, that is last drawn salary 15,000 into 3 into 24 years. You have to ignore the fraction of years, that is 7 months you have to ignore here. Next, last drawn salary into remaining months of service, that is 15,000 into 6 years into 12 in plus 5, that is 6 years and 5 months, that is 77 months. That means in the previous problem that is 72 months. Calculate that thing. So that amounts to rupees 11,55,000. So the least of the following you have to consider here. Least of the following is actual amount received of 1,20,000. Here actual compensation received 1,20,000 and least also 1,20,000. So taxable amount is nil because from actual compensation received you deducted actual amount received only because that is the least one. So taxable amount is nil. No need to pay any tax on compensation on voluntary retirement. So these are the problems relating to computation of taxable and exempted amount of compensation received on voluntary retirement. This type of problems may come for 4 marks in your final exam. Go through this problem and solve this type of problems more. Thank you. Let us meet in the next session.